the City Council, Kshama Sawant.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Kshama Sawant, swear that I possess all the qualifications prescribed in the Seattle City Charter for Seattle City Council members, that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Washington, and the Charter and ordinances of the City of Seattle, and that I will faithfully conduct myself as Seattle City Council member.
My brothers and sisters, thank you for your presence here today. This city has made glittering fortunes for the super wealthy and the major corporations that dominate Seattle's landscape. At the same time, the lives of working people, the unemployed, and the poor grow more difficult by the day. The cost of housing skyrockets, and education and healthcare become inaccessible. This is not unique to Seattle. Shamefully, in this, the richest country in human history, 50 million of our people, 1 in 6, live in poverty. Around the world, billions do not have access to clean water and basic sanitation, and children die every day from malnutrition. This is the result of international capitalism. This is the product of the gigantic casino speculation created by the highway robbers on Wall Street. In this system, the market is God and everything is sacrificed at the altar of profit. Capitalism has failed the 99%. Despite recent talk of economic growth, it has only been a recovery for the richest 1%, while the rest of us are falling ever farther behind. In our country, Democratic and Republican politicians alike primarily serve the interests of big business. A completely dysfunctional Congress does manage to agree on one thing: regular increases in their already bloated salaries, yet at the same time allowing the federal minimum wage to stagnate and fall further and further behind inflation. We have the obscene spectacle of the average corporate CEO getting LGBTQ rights. Again, throughout the length and breadth of this land, working people are mobilizing for a decent and dignified life for themselves and their children. Look at the fast food workers movement, the campaigns of Walmart workers, and the heroic activism to stop the Keystone XL pipeline. Right here in SeaTac, we have just witnessed the tremendous and victorious campaign for $15 an hour. At the same time, in Lorain County, Ohio, 24 candidates ran, not as Democrats or Republicans, but as independent labor, and were elected to their city councils. I will do my utmost to represent the disenfranchised and the excluded, the poor and the oppressed, by fighting for a $15 an hour minimum wage, affordable housing, and taxing the super rich for a massive expansion of public transit and education. But my voice will be heard by those in power only if workers themselves shout their demands from the rooftops and organize en masse. the election of a socialist to the council of a major city in the heartland of global capitalism has made waves around the world. We know because we have received messages of support from Europe, Latin America, Africa, and from Asia. Those struggling for change have told us they have been inspired by our victory. To all those prepared to resist the agenda of big business in Seattle and nationwide, I appeal to you, get organized. Join with us in building a mass movement for economic and social justice, for democratic socialist change, whereby the resources